And you are welcome back. Thank you so much for staying with us. Social media buzz. Today is about to catch fire. The look on Debbie's face is not welcoming at all. Hi, Debbie. Good morning.
Hi, Uche. Hi, Josh.
Hi.
Today is not a
Yeah,
good
that's
day.
why I just went straight to the point.
You know, imagine sleeping at 12 this morning and then you get notification for stupid... Let's just go.
Yes,
let's just
give us
go.
details.
Yeah.
This one where you know green talk. Wala day.
UK-based Nigerian Youtuber Emdee Tiamiyu, who teaches his fellow Nigerians how to relocate abroad, is being called out by Twitter users for telling the British authority that it's people immigrating to the UK through the student visa route and not really planning to go study in the real sense. Tiamiyu jumped way up the trends after granting an interview many Nigerians describe as damaging to the BBC, in which he said his fellow countrymen applied for school visa not to really study but to just escape Nigeria and enter the UK. His interview with the BBC came just as the UK government announced restriction on student visa for Nigerians and their dependents. Now let's take a look at some of the reactions on social media. Dr. Penkin said, because of MD, you can no longer take your dependent to UK on student visa. You can't switch to work visa until you finish studies. They will clamp down on using agents. POF might increase. Student visa might be completely scrapped off. All of this are true, no lies. The next reaction, Daniel, our own very Daniel Rega. Emdee Tiamiyu is a mindless clown. Nigerians are already being stigmatized. Our country has a negative image, but instead of correcting the wrong perception, he deliberately threw Nigerians under the bus for views and cheap clout. Ignorance is a disease. Hope karma visits him soon. The next reaction. Ayo Juba, Emdee Tiamiyu. If the UK closes its doors, another will open. Moreover, Nigerian students and their dependents pay for everything they enjoy over there, which is a major contribution to the economy. Any decision they will make impacts both sides. I totally agree. The final reaction. Onyesi Canada said Emdee Tiamiyu is what people in academia call supporting info. I call them supporting clause. He calls them supporting info. I call them supporting clause. It's not funny. Now, this happened in the early hours of the morning. That was around 12:31. Twitter was hell was let loose on Twitter. Everyone was just, you know, talking what is going on. And prior to this, okay, after his interview, we had another interview. There was another interview with Emeka. I think his name is Emeka. And did you see the way he broke everything down? The way he I'm not going to say he actually stood up for it because he was practically, you know, spitting out the truth.
Yes.
So who is Emdee Tiamiyu? Please, somebody explain to me what is going on here. And I went through his YouTube page and I saw that he actually, you know, teaches people on how to relocate to the UK, you know, free universities, cheap universities. And then I'm like, what happened? Like, what went wrong?
There's been conversations, you know, controversial conversations, you know, controversy that he probably was paid for all that, because that interview was very unnecessary. Very unnecessary. I am trying to contain myself, because I do not understand. I mean, there are so many things you could have said about Nigerian immigrants. There are so many positive things that you could have said about Nigerian immigrants. Nigerian student immigrants play in sports teams for these schools. They do representation for these schools. They are associate lecturers in these schools. They work in the schools. They work in the countries where they immigrate to.
They move them from here over there.
My dear, I am coming.
Okay.
There is so much positivity that we contribute. It is a very minute percentage of Nigerians who migrate that find themselves not being able to sustain themselves. But for every Nigerian who has ever left the shores of this country to anywhere else in the world, we have positivity to contribute. Yes, there are pockets of fraudulent people, and it is not just based on Nigerians alone. Fraudulent people exist in every part of the world. Why do we keep shining light on the negative end of things from our country?
It's really sad.
I watched both interviews. I watched Emeka's interview and I watched Tiamiyu's interview. And I'm wondering how Emeka was left Nigeria when he was what?
Yeah.
3 years old?
Yeah.
5 years old. He left his family. So he basically grew up in that
the
place.
UK.
If I expected that anybody would have a better understanding of what it is like for a Nigerian immigrant, it is Tiamiyu. Because he also
2022, my dear.
that he left.
Yes.
So how did you get to the point where you blatantly open your mouth and you call your fellow countrymen dishonest?
Poverty-stricken.
You call us poverty-stricken? And an average Nigerian survives above $1.
Of course.
And you call us poverty-stricken. Yes, we are not where we want to be, where we deserve to be, but we are not struggling.
No, let me even add to what you said. We have people who were actually, because they know they're going to move or migrate, they go ahead to learn handwork. That those that can be lecturers, tech guys, they go ahead to learn the most population of people who are plumbers, hairdressers, mechanics, artisans generally, are Nigerians in the UK. And then somebody will come and say we are poverty stricken. That actually called me like, what would actually
and
make
that
you?
begs for the question: what skills does Tiamiyu have apart from the money he makes?
Lights,
from
camera,
YouTube?
action.
Oh, okay.
Lights, camera, Josh. What do you have to say to that?
So much emotions.
Yes,
Really?
please
But
spill
then-
it.
But then let's put it in perspective, right?
Okay.
There is what we call the 4 W's.
Okay.
What, when,
Where,
and how,
yeah.
right? And in his own case, he's been doing this for a living, helping Nigerians who want to travel for some certain reasons. But I think that, he goofed somehow, because it's not at that point in time you choose to say such kind of things, because it will travel beyond where you expect. It is true what he said. It's not as if what he said actually is not what we already know.
Yeah.
Some Nigerians have had to apply for maybe when there is an international sporting event, maybe a World Cup or an international friendly, where they have to go in as a supporting team to cheer these guys up on, on stage and all that. But after the match, what happens?
They don't
We've heard
return
stories
home.
where some individuals have gone from there. But the actual intention was,
To go for the World Cup.
and then suddenly something happens.
Yeah.
We've seen Nigerians who apply for school visas or student visas, as the case may be, and the intent is not to go there to study, but they put up a front that they're actually going there to study. But my question is, why did this individual choose to say such kind of thing on an interview of that nature?
International.
Normally,
TV.
if you want to say something, it should be not in a situation where you're on camera. It should be off camera. Because we know these things exist, but saying it in that particular scenario where you're being interviewed.
You could have.
you already
No,
damaged-
I do not
you already
agree.
damaged
I
the
feel
image of
like
this country.
there is a lot of negativity surrounding the Nigerian image
Exactly.
already.
Already.
Nigerians are being trolled. Nigerians are being bullied.
So you should
just
not be
for
found
being
in that.
Nigerians.
Exactly.
And
Yeah,
we're
that point in
working
time.
so hard to correct these impressions. I mean, an average Nigerian doesn't want to be. I was going to the US in the August of 2022, and there was 3 lines. 3 lines: blue passports for people who are American citizens, every other person who has every other passport, and a line for Nigerians.
Wow.
Do you understand what I just said? Blue passport for American citizens in one line, every other person with any other passport in another line, and we Nigerians from Enugu, Onisha, Abakaliki, and Ogun State, Lagos, Abuja, wherever, they are not asking you if you're Eastern or Northern or Southern. As long as you have the green passport, you are supposed to be on this other 3rd line. Why do we have to be profiled like that?
Nigerians
It is
really-
because of people like Tiamiyu who do not know how to gauge their mouth.
That's it. He goofed.
I just really hope we do better. Let's move to the next story, and I hope this will change the
Yes,
atmosphere.
please, next story.
Popular relationship advisor Blessing CEO shows off Mercedes-Benz
best
she
friend.
received from IVD as she marks her birthday. The controversial socialite, who turned 34 yesterday, became the owner of a flashy white Mercedes-Benz. Now, sharing to the media, she expressed a happy birthday to herself while showing off the beautiful ride. Another slide shows an envelope bearing her full name. The envelope was noted to be carrying the official brand mark of the popular auto dealer IVD.